Hi everybody, and a warm welcome to Get Indie Gaming and to our top 5 indie games launching this July. While June was as usual a fairly slow month for game releases, July sees things pick back up once again and comes with a number of interesting looking launches and one notable port onto the Xbox that's bound to create plenty of noise once it lands. Before we look into the best of the bunch for July, here's an extended handful of games, our honourable mentions, that didn't quite make it into the main countdown. Let's begin with Insane Robots, headed to the PC, PlayStation 4 and Xbox mid-month. It's a card battling game that does away with some of the major issues usually found within this genre, such as expensive expansion packs, farming, and gameplay that becomes out of reach for those who decide not to buy the additional cards. So hats off to the team for this alone. The game features local and online 2-player battles and comes with 15 or so hours of gameplay and over 150 different branches within the narrative. Fans of these should be sure to check out Insane Robots in more detail. Up now in Struggle for Light, we've got a top-down local multiplayer twin-stick shooter for up to 4 players. This looks knowingly old school with fast and frantic gameplay where rounds last between 45 and 90 seconds. This comes out on the PC July 5th. Out July 6th via ID at Xbox, Wheelspin Frenzy offers a 4-player local split-screen co-op in this classy-looking top-down classical arcade-like racing game that's straight out of the 1990s. This one comes with 20 tracks split over 4 different locations. And given that we're huge fans of these type of games, we'll be certainly picking this up as a day one buy. The BAFTA Award winner Dan Smith launches the Spectrum Retreat onto the PC and all the consoles on June the 12th. It's a first-person narrative puzzle game where you uncover the mysteries of the Penrose Hotel and the reasons behind their seemingly never-ending stay. In Epic Loon, players will jump into a quirky physics platformer for up to 4 players that's styled as an offbeat tribute to the classic sci-fi movies of the 80s and 90s, such as Alien, Jurassic Park and Godzilla. With more than 350 levels and story, battle, speedrun and hardcore modes, its super friendly looking gameplay has us wanting to see more. This one launches on July the 13th for the PC, Switch, Xbox, and a port comes to the PS4 at some point in the year. Launching in early access July 20th, Black Paradox sees players up against a fast-paced roguelike shoot-'em-up within a fine-looking pixel art world and a synthwave soundtrack. You play as Black Paradox, a bounty hunter able to travel in time as you set about to defeat the Hellraisers, the most hideous criminal association of them all. Tower of Guns developer Terrible Posture Games and Grip Digital invite us all back towards the 1990s with this FPS and bullet hell game where you're able to craft your own weapons. Mother Gunship reminds us of Doom and is due to ship on July 17th for the PC, PlayStation 4 and the Xbox. And the last of this month's honourable mentions, No Man's Sky, gets a major content update on July 24th, together with the launch on the Xbox and a fully fledged multiplayer to go with it. Called Next, the folks at Hello Games have said it's the culmination of the potential that everybody's been wanting within the full game. Next also comes as a free update to the PC and PS4 owners, and will allow players to group up with others to build, race, survive, and many other things as well. While we've not looked into this one for a good while, we're definitely interested to see how it's evolved post-launch and look forward to once again taking a look around its universe. With the honourable mentions all done for July, let's move into this month's top 5.
Danny, you take point. Move forward quietly.
At number 5, and coming out of early access July 13th, Earthfall drops onto the PC, the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox. Reminiscent of the Left 4 Dead which came out back in 2009, Earthfall is an end-of-the-world shooter that sees 4 players working together to fend off numerous aliens across 10 missions, spread over 2 separate campaigns across the Pacific Midwest, within a story that's said to be lurking with secrets and surprises. Having played the demo, it's clear Earthfall is, as we said earlier, very much the spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead, although with aliens rather than zombies. For some, this might be an issue, although while it doesn't do anything overtly new, it more than makes up for this with how it plays out, particularly within the shooting mechanics that feel right at home, alongside other AAA examples. The ability to discover in-game 3D printers allowing you to build your own weapons is a great touch, and a fine in-game rallying point. The tactical aspects of building defense structures also works well, and puts us in mind combined with the same type of situational defense aspects as seen within Fortnite, so players of this will be right at home with this type of element where an additional second or two can really make a difference. Earthfall might be a novel choice for us on Get Indie Gaming, as we tend not to cover these sort of games, although with this one we're quietly optimistic having played the demo. Fans of co-op shooters might want to put this onto their wishlist.
Oh, hell. It's all on us now.
Number 4, we have Rifter, and while in the past people have said we feature too many of these sort of 80s inspired games on our channel, there's a good reason for doing so. The catchy synthwave music, the brightly coloured neon drenched visuals, and for us the enjoyable gameplay make these sort of titles one of our go-to genres. Coming from a solo developer with references to the likes of Bionic Commando, Hotline Miami and Dust Force as inspiration points, Rifter with its 2D acrobatic platforming that sees you running, swinging, smashing and dashing from the get-go looks fast, technical and perhaps to some, visually and playstyle wise a tad overwhelming. Perhaps geared towards the speedrunning community, Rifter offers 90 or so levels, 30 upgrades and skill sets to fine-tune, online leaderboards, ghost modes and shipping with multiple endings. There's plenty here to keep you busy. Rifter launches onto Steam July 12th. Fingers crossed this makes its way onto the Switch at some point, as we can see this being a huge amount of fun to play while out and about and on our morning commute. At number 3, we have the Banner Saga 3, a tactical RPG, and as the name suggests, the third in the series. The first two games in this compelling fantasy world were hugely enjoyable with their exemplary world crafting and storytelling, where the team created a tangible feeling of culture, all within a turn-based tactical gameplay loop. The third outing in this series seems to promise more of the same, which if you're like us, already a fan, is exactly what you'd be looking for. As with the previous games, each chapter sees you lead a group across a beautifully created map, solving combat problems and dialogue-based issues as you go along. While much here is instantly recognisable, there's plenty new bosses to fight and faces added into the mix. One new addition, where you're able to play additional rounds of combat once you've won a fight, seems fairly cool. In this way, you're able to try and gain enhanced loot, which nicely fits within the saga's overall risk and reward premise. While for many the combat aspects of the series have been a weak point, this time round things have been reshaped. Gone is the Horn, a magical device used widely in the first two games that allowed you to give more willpower to characters after a successful battle. In this game, we see a system where characters themselves are able to buff each other's, meaning positional tactics should come to the fore. For example, a character's ability to sing songs about your deeds can inspire others close to them. Other new additions include a magic-induced dive attack and much more. The Banner Saga 3 releases onto the PC, mobiles, PlayStation 4, Xbox and the Switch this July 24th. In the number 2 position for July, we have Sleep Tight, the first game from the team at We Are Fuzzy that offers an arcade-style classical twin-stick shooter with tower defense stylings that looks very much like it could come from the folks at Pixar. Launching on the Switch and PC July 26th, Sleep Tight sees you play as a child defending themselves against hordes of monsters that come out at night to attack you. During the day, you're able to build your defenses within your bedroom. Again, this gave us another Pixar reference, with that being of Andy's room within the Toy Story franchises. These defenses come in the forms of pillows and furniture. Once the monsters attack, you're left with your dart-stroke Nerf gun with which to see them away. While of course charming to look at, there's clearly elements here where you need a deep understanding of the overall strategy, and while each night only lasts 60 seconds, when it comes everything goes fast and frantic very, very quickly. With 12 playable characters to unlock, charming musical score, online leaderboards and numerous variations on the bedroom and playstyles, it's hard not to feel nostalgic about this one, and with Sleep Tight, we might just be seeing the next big indie game darling to hit the Switch.
The game Pool Panic is quite simple to play. All you need to do is aim and shoot. Aim and shoot. Aim and shoot.
At number 1, Pool Panic, coming to the PC and the Switch on the 19th. Dubbed as the world's least realistic pool simulator, this game enables players to control a mischievous little cue ball where the object is to naturally enough shoot the other balls within the level into the pockets. While this sounds easy enough, although of course that's somewhat far from the case. Pool Panic features over 100 different levels across a landscape featuring cities, caves, carnivals, jungles and much more that expands as you progress. As we see here, the themes within the game appear vast and varied, with many clever twists and surprises. For example, in one section you come across a pool ball marching band that when you first try you can't move them very far. In this instance, it's only after you've taken down the 8-ball and having grabbed its band leader's hat, you're able to guide the other members of the band into the pocket. Aside from a single player option which features the occasional boss fight, including a giant pool ball spider, Pool Panic comes with an online multiplayer party mode for up to 4 people. Here, players can compete against one another across a number of different mini-games, such as avoiding a zombie ball infestation, and also painting a number on ball Splatoon style before the timer runs out. When we first saw Pool Panic earlier in the year, it made one heck of an impact, and 6 months or so down the line, we're still as excited to see this one out in the wild, and we absolutely can't wait to play it. Will you be picking up Pool Panic? And what else are you looking forward to most this July? Leave us a comment, and if you've liked this video, click the like button. If you haven't subscribed, today would be a great time to do so. We upload indie game videos throughout the month, and as always, the best way to see them is with a subscription with that notification bell turned on. We thank you very much for watching this video, and you can follow us on Twitter at GetIndieGaming, and we hope to see you here again soon for more videos.